Hello there, Guyana. You've asked for it. It is finally here. The Wake Up Guyana Show with yours truly, Leonard Gildari. Monday to Friday, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Make your voices be heard. Call us. Text us. Kaieteur Radio 99.1, 99.5 FM. The Wake Up Guyana Show.
Let December 2020 be one to remember. Drive away with an Axio car from Predo Baby with 4 different options to win. Follow us on Facebook at Predo Baby South America. Predo Baby diaper is known for its premium quality and high absorbency level. It keeps your baby dry and comfortable with its stretchy waistband. Available in regular paste and pull-up pants style from newborn to stage 7. See press for details or contact us on 233-2473. Predo Baby, the diaper of the new generation.
This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Hello, Kevin Smith here. Welcome to today's news at noon for December 3rd, 2020. Let's get to the front page comment of today's Kaieteur news before we get to the news in detail. Updated petroleum and environmental laws will keep Exxon in check. Recently, we spoke about the modernization of our country's petroleum laws. This is absolutely necessary to protect our oil wealth. However, this need can be used by our politicians for their benefit and that of the international financial community. It can also provide the opportunity for the World Bank to lend us more money, thereby saddling us with further debt. In the meantime, we must scrupulously monitor how our environmental laws are being enforced. Guyana's environmental laws provide some protection against the excesses of the oil companies. Exxon stands as the greatest threat, potentially, and most likely polluter of our environment. The company is in a hurry to extract the most oil in the shortest time, given its poor balance sheet, shareholder anxieties, and its contractually sanctioned ability to produce oil here cheaper than anywhere in the world. Things are so good for Exxon in Guyana that they are paying the bulk of the company's expenses to produce our oil. Modernizing petroleum laws without at the same time updating the country's environmental laws will only invite more well-arranged reviews that benefit producers and politicians to the detriment of the country. We must continue to watch, apply pressure, and implement our environmental laws and integrity and consistency while we modernize the country's petroleum laws. Updated petroleum and environmental laws will keep Exxon in check, make it think twice about abusing our resources, and give us much needed breathing room to protect the environment. And now for the top stories we are tracking. Avoid being trapped. Sign short-term oil and gas deals, says Institute of the Americas. National Printer sends non-cooperating finance manager on leave and asks Audit Office to investigate purchase of used $100 million printing equipment. Why was the $1 million bank deposit by James Bond not red flagged? Meanwhile, GDF sues firearms dealer for failure to honor $380 million weapons deal with GDF. Meanwhile, Chinese contractor demands more money for completion of CJIA expansion project. Stay tuned to stay informed.
This Christmas, Shake to Win just got bigger! Now when you purchase our new bigger Digital Prime bundle and Shake to Win, you can choose your prize and share it with someone you love. So, shake more and share more! Share more daily prizes and guaranteed wins every Saturday. You can win laptops, cash, smartphones, credit, data, and so much more. Shake more, share more. Activate a Digital Prime bundle in the My Digital app and Shake to Win this Christmas.
You don't have to be a fountain of knowledge to help children with their schoolwork while they're at home. But you do have to be caring, understanding, loving, and patient. It's an unsettling time for everyone, but children still need a safe and secure environment. So don't overwhelm them with endless news items or problems. Keep them gainfully occupied and amused, exercised and rested. Protect our children. A message from the Child Care and Protection Agency, Ministry of Human Services and Social Security, and UNICEF.
And now for the news in detail. Guyana should avoid being trapped in long-term deals which force it to adhere to terms that could make its energy sector financially unsustainable. The government can learn from its past negotiations with companies like ExxonMobil and sign deals that are short-term with an option to renew and manage the terms. This advice comes from the Institute of the Americas, an independent non-profit policy center. The institute said, Guyana can learn from Ghana and work to negotiate competitive terms that do not leave the country in financial strife. Ghana had approved a gas project in 2015 under a long-term contract. That contract includes a take-or-pay clause, which forces the country to pay hundreds of millions of dollars every year for unused gas. In other news, the new board of GNPL has sent home its finance manager, Sean Victorine, and has called in the audit office. According to the company, which is supposed to print on behalf of the government, the official has not been cooperating to provide updates on the finances of the entity. The board said that the Auditor General, Deodat Sharma, has been written to and invited to carry out an audit by the chairman, Dexter Phillips. GNPL's board said that Victorine has not been cooperating with officials' directives on information that should be on the company's finance, thereby stalling the work of the board. The board said that it remains hopeful that the audit could be undertaken in an expeditious manner while Mr. Victorine remains on leave. Let's tell you now that if an ordinary man attempts to deposit a large sum of cash into a local bank account, he would have to endure stringent procedures with a serious line of questioning due to Guyana's strict anti-money laundering legislation. However, when PNCR member James Bond deposited $1 million into an account at the commercial bank in the city, the transaction, it would seem, triggered no red flags. This has caused questions to be raised as to how many more large transactions like this have passed under the radar. In fact, we were told that the Financial Intelligence Unit was not even notified of the transaction. We had reported that Bond pocketed the hefty sum for the sale of prime state lands leased by NISL to Arkan Group Inc., a company in which Bond appears to be a principal. And moving on, the government has filed a lawsuit against businessman Larry Singh over his failure to honor an arms deal worth over $380 million with the GDF. According to documents electronically filed in the High Court, Attorney General Anil Nandlal, in his capacity as the state's legal representative, has asked the court to grant orders to recover over $369 million from Singh for his failure to supply arms and ammunition to the GDF. The fixed date application outlined that NPTAB had granted approval for the GDF to sole source the supplies in 3 contracts awarded to Singh for a total of $380.5 million, but he only supplied $10.9 million worth of the weapons to the Army. And moving on, more than $150 million has already been exhausted on the Chedi Jagan International Airport renovation project, but according to the Chinese contractor, China Harbor Engineering Company, more money would be needed to ensure that it is completed per government's specifications. The company indicated this in its revised work plan for the project that was recently submitted to the Public Works Ministry. The request, however, did not sit well with Public Works Minister Juan Edgel, who made it clear that the governing administration will be expending no further funds on the project. It is now 12 hours 12 coming up after the break 30-year sentence for ex-GDF rank who killed toddler in fire and corruption of public officials. Nigeria oil field sale by minister was legal, lawyer tells court. Do stay tuned.
This is GHK Lal, inviting you to join me weekdays from Monday to Friday on the National Outlook for commentary on a range of issues, immediately after the 12 noon and 7 p.m. newscasts on Kaieteur Radio at 99.1 FM and 99.5 FM. Looking forward to you sharing in the conversation.
Welcome back. Let us continue with the news. A sentence of 30 years in prison was handed down by Nigel Dodson, a former GDF rank, after he was found guilty of the murder of 8-month-old Romaine Seth. The murder was committed in the course of arson on January 23, 2017 at Caneville, East Bank, Demerara. The sentence, which was imposed by Justice Sandil Kisoon, outlines that the former Army rank will only be eligible for parole after serving 25 years of his sentence. Following the sentencing, Dodson maintained that he was innocent and does not know why he is still in jail. In other news, coming from Milan Reuters, the sale of a Nigerian oil field to ENI and Royal Dutch Shell was legally perfect, and there was no proof of any corruption. A lawyer for former Nigerian oil minister Dan Etete said yesterday. Antonio Sacchi told a Milan court that prosecutors in the case had been unable to show exactly what role Etete was meant to have had in the alleged corruption of Nigerian public officials, if he had corrupted politicians or had simply been an intermediary between the two majors and the Abuja government. Let's tell you now that GTT officials are said to be incensed by a scam that targets the nation's children to gather sensitive information. Moreover, the company in a statement reminded customers to stay alert and be aware of scammers, especially during the Christmas season. The PR manager indicated that currently the company only has its Blue Friday promotion ongoing, which will end on December 4th, 2020. The company advises all to visit the company's promotional page to verify ongoing promotions or call its customer care number on 0488. And now let's tell you 2 Venezuelan nationals are among the 3 men who were remanded yesterday for allegedly slitting the throat of a pork knocker on November 27th last. The pork knocker, 26-year-old Kevin Alam of Port Kaituma, was slain while trying to protect his wife from robbers. Charged with his murder are 22-year-old Nadim Baksh, 20-year-old Angel Figuera, and 22-year-old Gilberto de Silva. The defendants appeared at the Port Kaituma police station and were not required to plead to the indictable charge. They are expected to make their next court appearance on December 22nd, 2020. And moving on, Principal Magistrate Sherdal Marcus Isaacs on Tuesday granted an order for the 26 Haitian nationals who were detained during a police operation last month to be deported back to their homeland. The order was granted although the Haitians were not officially charged or placed before the court. According to a personnel, the Haitians were not charged and were not put before any court, making it difficult to understand on what grounds the deportation order is being supported. 12 hours 16 now for your COVID-19 update. The number of worldwide coronavirus cases has reached 65 million, with deaths at 1.5 million and recovery cases at 45.1 million. The Ministry of Health yesterday recorded 26 new COVID-19 cases, pushing Guyana's total number of confirmed cases to 5,449. 726 persons are in approved home isolation, 39 are in institutional isolation, 35 are in institutional quarantine, and 3 are in the COVID-19 ICU at the Liliendahl Infectious Disease Hospital. And coming from CNN, what you need to know, the UK has become the first country to allow the use of Pfizer and BioNTech's COVID-19 vaccine after it was granted temporary authorization for emergency use. US CDC advisors recommended that healthcare staff and long-term care facility residents be the first in line for any COVID-19 vaccines that get emergency authorization. The first shipments of Pfizer's vaccine in the US will be delivered on December 15th, according to an Operation Warp Speed document. And that brings us to the end of today's news at noon. Remember, the news came to you with the compliments of Predo Baby. I am Kevin Smith. Thank you for listening.
Let December 2020 be one to remember. Drive away with an Axio car from Predo Baby with 4 different options to win. Follow us on Facebook at Predo Baby South America. Predo Baby diaper is known for its premium quality and high absorbency level. It keeps your baby dry and comfortable with its stretchy waistband. Available in regular paste and pull-up pants style from newborn to stage 7. See press for details or contact us on 233-2473. Predo Baby, the diaper of the new generation.
Want value for your advertising